Alright, into Danger Pack, and we get a nice transform start here with the double Pika and the Iramote Cat. And Iramote Cat is one of those units that I feel like I don't really take it in customs very often. But in Danger Pack, I take it most of the time. Simply because I think the transform start is probably the best way to go if you're trying to set up for something later on. I could be wrong. I haven't really played a huge amount of Danger in recent times. But yeah, I had an idea today that I wanted to record. I almost got what I wanted, but not quite. So I'm going to keep working on that in the background, and then we'll just look at this run instead. Because something interesting happens in this run, which I'm not sure I've seen before in a live game. I think maybe I've seen someone show it in like in a test playing against themselves. But I don't think I've seen it happen in an actual game. So it's going to be later on in the run, but once we get there, you can let me know in the comments if you have seen this before or not. Another reason I like the transform start is that you can take the Taita Shrew, which is going to turn into a weasel, and you're always wanting gold generation when you're trying to create some kind of an odd combo, because you're going to need the extra gold to offset the fact that you're essentially wasting gold taking suboptimal stuff. So we eke out the draw there, which is nice. And then I think I'm just going to save the level ups here because I want to get Red Panda on turn 7. Don't remember if I get it in this run or not. I don't think so. But yeah, that had something to do with the other team I was trying to get. But I think what's going to happen is I'm not going to get what I want on the level up on turn 7. So doing okay here, and we're actually going to win a round. In fact, we still have 5 hearts, so I think the transform start is definitely doing its job. Getting the gingerbread from the krill was incredibly nice as well. And then we'll just buy every food item onto the shrew, since it's the one that's probably going to stick around the longest. This is a crazy round. Look at this here, turn 6, and look at how much health, plus 28 health on turn 6. I feel like Gargoyle might have just been overbuffed a little bit. Yeah, I guess it's a high roll getting a level 2 Mana Hound that early, but that's the new matchmaking. Okay, so here we go. We get the exact same level up twice with Snow Leopard and Cardinal Fish. And what I think I decided to do is, because I'm on 4 hearts still, I'm just going to freeze both Snow Leopards, and we're going to buy the Vanilla Bean. And then I'm going to try and stack up as many Vanilla Beans as I can before bringing them in. It's not going to be too many, but we do roll one in the next shop. Summon team from pack 1. I think it would definitely be better having the parrot copying something other than the horse here, but we're still going to lose. So buy the Vanilla Bean, maximizing the stats onto the Snow Leopards, and I think I'm going to greed for another turn, but I don't know if I actually find any more Vanilla Beans. No. I think getting 3 already is pretty nice, so we should really just buy them next turn to make sure I don't hemorrhage more lives. And this looks like we are going to lose, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of figs here, and as soon as we knock out the opossum, the PDF's going to snipe the Pika. So yeah, down to 2 hearts, and I was happy greeding up until this point, but now we're going to be a bit more sensible, take the double Snow Leopard, and probably just feed it up. Okay, we don't get anything I was specifically looking for. I think I'm actually going to take the magic beans here just for variety. If you put magic beans on Snow Leopard, it will actually work at start of battle, which I always think is funny. And pretty strong opposing team here. And we just scraped the tie. I think normally you would expect to just win there with those 2 Snow Leopards, but yeah, the matchmaking changes being what they are. I guess it's not too surprising that that was a tie. So we take the Taita Thrush, which is going to activate at the start of battle because of the 2 Snow Leopard jumps. And then I think at this point I decided, yeah, we're abandoning, maybe I've already abandoned it at this point, but we're abandoning the previous plan. And we're just going to try and go for triple Snow Leopard with Taita Thrush in between both of them. In the meantime, we'll keep the Shrew because it keeps generating us gold. And yeah, there we go. We can take the white ochre on the Snow Leopard. Probably should have rearranged the team here a little bit because we might be able to get extra triggers from the Thrush with a different order. But I did kind of like having multiple units in the backline who could potentially be pulled to the front by Takushi if the team ended up getting messed up. I also just like sometimes playing units out of position, just for a bit of a change. Taita Thrush is definitely one of my favourite units in this pack, but it is kind of a little bit annoying that you always end up playing it second, as we do with this second one that we've just found. And definitely take GJ and Date, although we'll have to wait till next turn. Okay, we don't actually take it. It must be later on in the run when I buy that, because I'm definitely going to. And I think here, yeah, actually kind of an odd team here with them. They only had 1 strawberry there on, I think it was on the pheasant. And then the pheasant was going to give strawberries to the 2 ants. So you don't really see people do that very often. With the Velociraptor, it's usually strawberries on everything. So yeah, here we go. We get a level up on the Taita Thrush. Definitely just take the Cocoa Bean on the other Thrush. And actually, it's the Cocoa Bean that's going to come into play for the odd interaction that I hadn't seen before. Lots of buffs going flying from the Taita Thrush activations. Obviously, it would be better to have the level 2 guy at the front, but having put the Cocoa Bean on the other one, I think I just want to increase my chances of copying something good. Obviously, it would make sense to just take the melon there instead of the golden egg, but I think golden egg's just funnier, so we're going to keep it. And this team, although it looks fairly low stats, I think it's pretty strong for this stage of the game. Unfortunately, we face a reindeer team, but actually, I think we might be okay. Yes, because yeah, it's going to eke out a tie. We could have possibly won there if we'd copied the salmon. So another level 2 Snow Leopard. Snow Leopard just gains a huge amount of stats. It's very difficult to see in battle how much the stats they're gaining, especially when we've got the Thrush adding extra stats. But here we go. Here's the interaction. So the Taita Thrush copies the butterfly, so it has the same stats. But then because of the transform trigger, it actually activates the butterfly, its own butterfly ability at level 1 and shrinks down in size. So I'm sure plenty of people would have known that that would happen, but it kind of surprised me at that moment. I do remember people questioning that in the olden days. Why does butterfly have level 1 and 2 abilities? Well, maybe that's because the developers knew there was going to be transform mechanics coming down the line. Absolute decimation here on this Unicorn Pack team. And yeah, kind of an anticlimax after that very interesting interaction on the previous turn, but a satisfying symmetrical win in danger.